That technical issue was on me. I didn't unmute my mic. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Valorant Qualifier number 2. As we search for our next team to bring into the Invitational tomorrow with T1, $25,000 and some of the best Valorant players you've ever seen. My name is Puns Buns. I am joined by, is it Simo? Am I saying that right, or is it Simo?
Simo is correct, Simo.
All right. I got it right the first time. I was a little nervous the second time. But we have prospects up, currently 1-0 off of a very close bind match. Managing to take it while on the attacking side. Very impressive play there. We are going to be heading to Haven, where we're going to see as they face off to see if this is going to be it for Same Law and they'll drop down to lower bracket, or if prospects are going to have to try again for a third map. So what are your thoughts here going into Haven?
Well, considering there are only 3 maps in the pool right now, I mean, I'm sure we all heard rumblings that the 4th map is on the way shortly, but across the 3 maps, I think Split being the most defender-sided, then goes Haven, then goes Bind. So we're moving into a map where it's kind of in the middle of the pack, and having 3 different sites can be very difficult for attackers, or can be very difficult for defenders to respond to a 5-stack, but you're looking towards attackers having control of C-short, of those doors, pushing in through long, and then from there they can decide, okay, do we want to go B or do we want to go C? I think doors control and courtyard control is probably the most important for attackers, and whoever wins that duel, whoever wins that engage in the hold will come out on top, I think, because C-site, very difficult to retake as defenders, B-site, maybe even more so, but for A, it's pretty easy to retake. You just go up in heaven. If you get smoked out, you jump down, you go into hell, and you start to frag out if you can. But I think for whoever's on the defender side is going to have to start off strong and win as many rounds as possible, because it might become more difficult in the second half.
Just as we are getting ready to go into this next match, just some quick bracket updates. We currently have in the lower brackets Rolled and Switch hitters facing off to see who's going to face off against Code 7 in round 6, and ABC and Crossfire also looking to fight their way through to face off against Big Frames, one of the other heavy hitters in this tournament today. And we are going to be jumping right into the next match here. Looks like we have, I'm going to move my camera set up here. Pretty heavy, I believe that's a pretty heavy attack here onto C site. At least they're going to try and test the waters here. You have Same Law spread out, as you would assume they would be. Just looking for some intel, seeing if the garage is cleared. And it looks like they are going to find themselves with a pretty easy push forward on this pistol round. Ohio catching one. Molly coming out from church.
Ooh. Winston will get a kill onto Ohio. It's quickly traded away back and forth, and with the spike planted, Same Lol look to push through. But a 3v2, make it a 2v2, as Bigsby will find some frags. Very crucial for him to defend this site. Still one going to be rotating in from long, all up to Josh. Spike now going to be defused. Barry Oral going to be coming up. It was the fake, and AGM with a 4K starting us off strong. Like I said before, defenders need to start strong in order to get some crucial early wins to stack up for that second half.
Yeah, and I mean, their ego is looking pretty good going into this match. And, I mean, as a defense, you have to really set yourself up to rotate as quick as you can. We're going to see that here. Seems like they're a little bit heavier on the C here, with only one person really holding out on A and someone what appears to be in B. So, I mean, gravitating towards B, not a bad way to play. I mean, worst case scenario, you go in, find yourself in. Bud's looking for that headshot, manages to only catch the floor, but it doesn't matter, looks down. Winsome manages to find himself in Bud's crosshairs. First headshot there. Church also managed to fall. We're in a 4v4 situation. Spike is making his way over to A, but not before the defense can set themselves up with Bud taking out Church. We got some martial justice coming through here. Frisco taking out Josh RT just to kind of give themselves a chance. Frisco answering back. And it's going to be a nice finish here from Frisco with a nice, cool 3K to finish the defense.
Yeah, he's keeping it fresh, keeping it cool. And now we will see the first round where the weaponry is a little bit more in an even standing. Prospects looking towards that full buy. They are all hovering around that push potentially that's going to come in through mid courtyard. But they will spread out, gather some intel. One will hang around C, one will hang around A. They got their camera set up. They will have all of the pieces in place. Let's see how Samelol take this first push. They don't have anyone defending B. They're aggressively pushing in through sewer, something you don't see too much of. It's Ohai who's leading the charge. A tripwire will come down. Winsome will stop that push cold. Now a 4v5 as prospects open up the map and will start to go towards C.
Yeah, I mean, once you kind of put a little bit of pressure somewhere, you know, as a defense, you have to decide: am I going to apply more of my squad here? Am I going to like go where I see where the attackers are starting to gravitate towards, or just hold out and wait to see if maybe they're just baiting us out, or if they're just like kind of looking to push us in one direction? As you see, the C plant comes out. 2v2 situation. They have a Cypher in the stage versus Brim in a Breach. Church. Sending it right through Bud. Breach stun comes out. Isn't able to connect it. Wins some. Finishes out Cypher, and those two take the first round for prospects here on the attack.
Maybe all they needed was a couple of weapons. They started off with a little bit of a strong push coming out from Samelol. For some reason, they aggressively pushed in through sewers. That they were not able to find a kill for themselves. They were trying to catch an early rotation through and be the aggressors instead of the defenders, but that cost them maybe too much. And eventually it all led to a C plant, prospects winning that round. Every round the attackers win in this first half is a round that they don't have to worry about in the next half. And for them, that's probably the most important thing. Even being a defender-sided map, we're already going to start with a couple of traded kills. It's a 4v4 now, and Ohai will just back away from C short.
We see Doug hanging out there over by A. Josh catching out Ohai. Defense down to 3. Watching the rotation over from A. Now it's a 2v4. We're going to see the C plant here now. You have Duck rotating from C, from the back of C. Changes his mind. He's gonna go through B here. He's the only one left. So actually, even then, he's not even gonna go anywhere. I think you're gonna watch him save. He's gonna put up his fire, and he's gonna be like, about to head out. I like my Vandal. Got a nice skin. I don't want them to take that from me. Crash thought about that op for a second. He looked down at it.
Yeah, how is somebody already having an op here in the fourth round, sorry. I mean, it's actually possible, never mind. But nevertheless, I don't know why you wouldn't want to pick that up, but I guess as attackers, you're not really ever in a situation where you're at long range. Maybe if you plant on A, then sure, but not needing it in that case. Duck will find a quick and easy kill, jump down to hell. Timer gonna tick down, and he will survive with his much prized Vandal. He was holding onto it for dear life, willing to jump into hell for it. Now he'll start the round with a Vandal, but 2-2 prospects evening things out. Got a couple of ultimates online for both sides. We'll see how prospects move forward now that they've got 2 rounds underneath their belt. Samelol, maybe in a position where they don't have the strongest economy, so if this round ends up being a loss for them, you may expect them with a couple of Sheriffs and Ghosts in that next round. But let's see how they do as prospects now ready to push in onto C long as we look at the map.
Yeah, he goes and takes down that camera that was hanging out over A. Duck seems to be who they have kind of hanging out over on A site, but he's going to rotate pretty early. I think he realizes now that they're just going to go for the C plant once again. Setting themselves up. We have what appears to be someone on the defense here in Garage, taking some pot shots. Rotate out. Isn't going to he's not going to be able to do much there. Frisco going on a bit of a frenzy there with the frenzy. And we're going to watch as the defense needs to really find themselves here. We're going to have a little bit of an altercation here. Judgment has been delivered as he finds Winsome. We're going to watch Sage rotate around. Don't think there's going to be much time for a defuse here, but we might see the ninja defuse as he goes for it now. He was being watched. I'm watching the mini map right now, and I'm thinking, are they all going to disengage here and just think, there's no way? But no. Bomb is going to go off. Bud is going to sit here with the judge, looking maybe to catch an exit frag, but Nope. You got your friend all the way over on B site there. Just vibing out. Going to be 3v2. It's going to be 3-2 right now. Prospects in the lead, but it's been round to round pretty much. Eco's kind of balanced itself out across the board. Bud's going to hang out with that judge. Bigger buys here from the defense, though. Yeah, no, it looks like it's actually the defense here is kind of suffering. Yeah, you have two people with 0 money. Like I said, not good with math. Don't look at my bank account because I don't know anything about the economy.
You know what's very interesting? You see Ohai with the operator on C site, and I really think Cypher should be the anchor on that C site. I think it should be completely the other way around. Of course, Cypher can hold onto a site quite handily, but C is usually the one where Cypher likes to hang out. Frisco will find 2 quick kills. He will find 3, mowing them all down. And there's 2 members now remaining as they break their way onto the site. Frisco will finally fall to the hands of Church as he gets a 3K for himself and planting the spike in heaven. What he will do, Buzz now with the rotation. Ohai up from above, going to try to get the aftershock below. Not sure if it's going to connect. Someone can tag Bugs now with the point. He will find one. Josh will answer back, and it's a quick scope with the headshot coming out from Ohai. He will defuse and even us out at 3-3.
Fantastic defense there. Frisco coming in with that 3K just to start it off. We knew there was going to be a bit of a gunfight here. Ohai doing the signature track tactical crowds at the end there. Fantastic round. That was exactly what they needed, really, to get themselves back on the board with a little bit of more money. Ohai survived the whole ordeal, so manages to walk out of it with his op and a cool $1,600. I think he did buy some armor there. So next round, still not going to have enough to buy a rifle if he doesn't frag out here. Still going to hold that C, as I think we're going to see a little bit more of an A and B push here. Not even going to mess. They realize that Ohai is going to be hanging out with the operator, so they're going to slowly just rotate their way through A. Got some friends down there in A short. They're going to shortly be met with the defense. That fence falls down. Cypher getting the intel out. Secrets have been revealed. Winsome catching Frisco right in the dome here. It is not looking good for the defense here as they still need to rotate towards A to go ahead and get this taken care of. And that's the thing right now is that if you don't secure A early enough, the dynamic completely swaps from attack to defense, and you're pretty much, it is an unbreakable wall at this point when you try to go into A, when you have 5 people stacked there. Every single angle is covered. There's so much room for you to hide out and not really do much. And as we can see, the defense isn't even they're not even gonna try. They're just gonna hang back. Listen, you guys can take the dub here. We're gonna save our weapons. We're gonna save our guns. Our eco's not looking great. Winsome on the hunt though. He's looking to ruin somebody's day here. Made some eye contact. It seems to be with someone hanging out in garage, but they're gonna try and hunt out Ohai with his op.
Yeah, they will spray down plat. They won't actually connect with it, but Ohai lives to see another day, and I think 3 members there were able to survive with weaponry, which means that their economy will still hold on despite losing that round. Prospects, you have to feel good if you're the attacker side here. Every round you win is giving you confidence, and not only that, but when we get into that second half, being Haven the defender-sided map that it can be, prospects have to be feeling good, you know. Of course, Same Law here with 5 ultimates may be looking for an opportunity to try to win a couple of rounds here. They have weapons as well, but it's prospects that are leading that charge, and now they'll lead the charge into C short, spray down onto the box. No one will be on the other side. Swinging onto Buzz will take him down, open up some information. They will back away. I still think it's too risky to go down long. They know Ohai is waiting there with the operator, except he's not. Except he's on the B site. So let's see what they do now as they will look towards A. They're prepping up and ready, and Duck is there, the first line of defense that'll meet them as soon as they make their way through.
Yeah, I mean, one of the fun things to do for anybody who's watching the earlier parts of these tournaments when it's just the players themselves streaming is just go in and listen to their comms, listen to the way that they're like communicating. Duck finding too, but finds himself down. But like, it's the little things that really give them away. They realize that Ohai is down there with the op. That information is going to be key for how they take the push here, as you have all the attackers here on A. But it you know, I've seen like teams where they pull out their pistols to shoot the cam, so they don't reveal what, you know, what kind of eco they have or what kind of like weapons they bought. So, you know, this game is definitely coming down to the information. Still 2 on defense. Bomb is planted. They're stuck in heaven.
Oh no! Oh no! Ohai's in trouble. He is trying to make his way out of heaven, taking the stairs. He will be burned alive to a crisp. His ankles cooked up a little bit. Had to back away from that molly. But rough scenario to be in. He missed 2 crucial op shots, which could have netted them to defuse. And then when he was just about to leave the peak, Sova peeked out, and he was just like, oh man, I could have shot that guy dead. Ohai definitely feeling the pressure here as prospects are up 2 rounds. We are 4 rounds away from that second half. And Same Lol need to find their first win. It's been a while. It's been a while. Not going to lie. It's been, well, actually it hasn't been that long. It's been 2 rounds. But prospects have been on such a dominating spree, and now they have the economy advantage over Same Lol. It's going to be a very difficult scenario for them. We'll see how they do with the sheriffs in tow. Will they be the sheriffs, or will the deputies come knocking?
Yeah, I mean, really rough scenario here for the defense. I mean, but the sheriff is pretty much just an option without skill. Let's be honest. You can do some damage with that thing, but Ohai doesn't manage to do that damage. Catches a Vandal right to the face. It's going to be, once again, the 3v5 scenario that we've come to know here in this matchup. Now, might see this turn to a 6v3 situation with the scoreline. If the defense doesn't manage to find their way back over to C, if they're pretty spread out, their rotations have been a little slow for the most part due to just a super aggressive offense just pushing through as a unit, clearing out. Just getting one on the defense is really going to mess up how they're handling things here. That's going to be Duck falling down now. Now Raze is stuck by herself with that Sage Wall, waiting to push forward through King.
Oh.
And it looks like they're, you know, that garage is the death of her.
I mean, at the end of the day, it was an eco round here for Same Lol. This is where they're going to have their weaponry back online. At this point, they've had a loss streak going, so they should be, what, getting 2,900 credits per round. So for them, that means now at this point, very likely we'll see a full buy from them. Maybe not an operator on Ohai, maybe not just yet, but Phantoms and Guardians in tow for them. But prospects still feeling good. Their economy's in great shape. They can afford to lose a round or 2 here if Same Lol start to cook it up back again. But AGM will be the first line of defense here, looking into Courtyard. Because that is actually where prospects are relatively held up. They're still fighting for control of C Short as they mow down the barrier orb and start to push in.
Yeah, Mr. Borgachev, tear down that wall as they just push right through garage. They knew exactly where Sage was. Probably messed up that time. I didn't do too well in history class either, but another wall here out on B. Upper in the C entrance. Smokes coming down. Defense is a little bit in a better spot here to rotate. Sova arrow coming out to B just to see exactly where everybody's hanging out. They're going to be looking for the fight here. AGM with the rocket coming down, manages to catch one. Not before Church takes him down as well. Ohai rotating through, does have an operator, misses the shot. Took a step too soon, finds one, is flash turned around, managed to come back with the flick, and they still, Duck cleans it up for a defensive win here, and Ohai walking away with a smile and an operator.
You have to give credit where credit is due. Same Lol obviously coming out on top in that round. Duck was able to come in at the last second, save the day. Looking at High, he's only got 4 kills on the board so far, 10 rounds in. We talked about how great of a player he can be, but in that engage, he did manage to get a couple of kills for himself, but not without missing a few to start us off. So maybe looking at him to polish things up a little bit. He is holding on to that operator still, like you said, and when you're holding on to an operator, you definitely have a smile on your face, considering how expensive the weapon can be. A couple of trades already starting us off. A 4v4 now with 2 ultimates available. Pretty game-changing for prospects. A Rolling Thunder can open up the site, and Duck going to be one of the members on the side. He'll find a frag onto Winsome to start us off, and
I
think Prospects will now call the rotation. I don't think A is going to be the side that they want to go to anymore. They've lost too many members in the engagement.
Ooh. Finally manages to get that kill there. You know, with Ohio, I feel like it's more of the threat of him being on C is what's really netting them a great defense there, rather than him actually getting the kills. They do get the play now onto C, though. We're going to see Breed catch a little bit of his own medicine with a stun there. Still manages to live. He's going to push right through the smoke, but they don't need to look to see him. They managed to catch him anyway. Even though he was very low with HP to begin with, but that operator may have been a little overkill. Finishes him off there. Gonna walk over. And I think they're gonna go into the next round looking pretty good with their eco. I mean, the attacking side is, I mean, just look at them. They're already stacked. They were ready for this. It's, you know, they prepped to take a couple L's here, and you know, no matter what, they can win the next two and maybe still have a great eco to buy some weapons, but, you know, name of the game isn't losing, obviously, so they're probably going to look to do a little bit more of a coordinated push towards the mid. You know, they've been struggling on C and A. They have the threat of Ohio on C, so they can't go through long. So it's either going to be a garage push or a B push. Recon Dart comes out onto Duck. The Cypher camera will be the bane of your existence, but Duck, you know, it goes two ways. Once you know that the dart's there, you know that there's a Cypher probably not too far behind. Gonna have the defense putting them in a little bit of a rough situation here. Sova ready with his ultimate, so once the bomb goes down, there is an opportunity to protect it a little bit. Bud's catching two. That is a little bit stronger of a defense than we've seen earlier in the rounds here. Same lull starts to bring it back just a bit. Sova, the only one still alive here. They pull off a flawless to bring us to the next round.
Yeah, entering this second half. Didn't think I would expect a 6-6 first half, but Same Lowell able to bring it back after Prospects had a little bit of a domination going in that first half. But now we're even, we're tied up, we're 6-6. Whoever wins this pistol is going to have definitely a better start than the other when it comes to economy. So maybe the first pistol isn't as important as the second pistol, just because we talked about how you can afford to lose some rounds. Prospects were prepared for it, but in this case, it almost feels like a tie game. We're still back at 0-0, right? A lot of these scenarios for these teams now have to think about, okay, we win the pistol or we lose the pistol. What can we do from there? How can we go from there? And for the side of Prospects, they're defending. Will they have that same prowess as they had in that first half? Can they do it here on the first pistol?
Oh, yeah, you see Frisco going down early, but Ohio does manage to catch Josh right in the noggin. A little bit of a... It looks like Same Lowell was a little bit more conservative with their choices. A lot more classics there than we saw Ghosts, but we also didn't see too much of the utility purchases. For instance, Bixby opting to get the wall-to-wall off mid. Options are very limited now. They either have to go to C or A if they want to go through B. They're going to have to go to those points anyway just to get in, so...
They found my wire.
Woodson holding the garage. Isn't able to do much as he catches two. I think we're going to see a bit of a C-plant as they're all stacked up here. Bixby hanging out in the back. Avoids the stun. Blinding coming out from Ohio. Dropping two flashes out into the garage. Bixby finally caught out with a headshot through the wall. With a pistol, that's definitely that's a new one for me. Now they're just going to be kind of looking for Brim here. He's in garage right now. He might rotate through lower, but he's gonna peek out and find two people waiting for him, and that's going to be a pistol round for the for Same Lowell here. Great position to be in if you're going in on attack. Almost guarantees them to 8-6, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a guarantee. There's a chance for Prospects to pull off a great defense here and really hold them back, but it really depends on what they buy, and their eco, you know, especially after losing a pistol round, is pretty terrible. that's just the name of the game here. And there's no economy resets either in Valorant as opposed to CSGO. So we'll have, yeah, very, very limited gun purchase here. Bixby going for a very aggressive defense, but doesn't manage to work in. Winsome goes in. Ohio catches 2 with, I believe, a bull pump. Oh man, they decided to really play aggressive there, but that did not serve them too well. As Sable is looking to bring this to a third map.
Josh, the last one remaining. Got 34 HP in a dream. Up against Spectres and Bulldogs. Across the board. 4 members strong on the side of Samelaw. Spike has been planted. Little does he know on the other side, there is somebody waiting for him, and up from above, Duck will jump on out. Take him down in style. I mean, when you win the pistol, it's almost... I'm going to make up a stat and say it's like an 80% chance you win that second round after the pistol. You've just got the better weapons advantage. And on the side of Prospects, they just were like, hey, we're just going to push in. We'll see what happens. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. And in that case, yeah, I mean, they obviously were not victorious. But for the side of Samelaw here, this is where the weaponry will even out. This is where the Vandals and Phantoms will come out here for Prospects.
Yeah, I mean, if you look again, too, it looks like it was a lot heavier of a buy on the side of Prospects here than on the side of Samelaw. I mean, we're going to see... Oh, man, that's 3 down before you can even blink your eye. Church cleaned up with Josh finishing out with Duck. That was just... Whew. They came, they saw, they were defeated.
Yeah, I mean, in some cases, that third round was an anti-eco for Samelaw. They just kept the same weapons that they had from that last round. They didn't really invest too much. Maybe now we will see the first competitive match in this second half. That was a little bit of like they were just walking right into their trap. And at that point, Prospects were like, well, let's just have a field day. Pick them off all one by one on the back of Church, who was leading all of those frags. Now it's up to Samelaw. They've got the weaponry that they wanted, but their economy is in a really rough place. They've got, like, I think I saw 300, 700, 900. If they lose this round, Prospects are really going to start to swing back up, and you can expect an 8-8, maybe even a 10-8 at the rate of the economy for Samelaw. But they need to win this round in order to keep things up, keep up their momentum that they started off with that pistol round.
Yeah, I think both teams have learned here that just running in is not the way to go, as both, I think, had flawless rounds back-to-back after what appeared to be one of the most aggressive plays I think I've seen in the last couple days. But they're playing it slow. Now they're looking for information. Found himself into the tripwire, and the Cyber Cage came out after the tripwire was fired, so he wasn't able to really figure out where that was at. Not before Cypher is the one to finish it out. AGM connecting with Winsome, but also the other Winsome. The dynamic duo finishes him off as well. Attacker is looking to be in a great spot as they get the A plant down. But now it's a 1v1 situation, and you have Sova here, who has the ultimate if he really wants to commit it to finish it out. He doesn't need the ultimate. Nice, just simple, clean kill. Tie it up, bring them into the next round, and they get this defuse. So, yeah, I think that's where you want to be if you're defense, you know?
Yeah, in that case, if you're Frisco, you know that he's behind the barrier orb. You push him anyway. You know, there's not a whole lot that you can do. But the other option was to just hold the angle on the spike, you know? At that point, Josh needs to push into you. Frisco maybe getting maybe just slightly aggressive. Try to get the hero play there. But, you know, good on Prospects. They've won 2 straight now. They're 2-2, and Samelaw here with an eco, it looks like, as I think Prospects are onto that, and they will try to push in aggressively through sewers. Winsome will be leading that charge. They don't see anybody just quite yet. There is a spy cam there that is looking down long. Bigsby with a quick frag onto AGM, and now they will try to get behind enemy lines. Funny enough, that is where the spike is located. They haven't picked it up just quite yet. Winsome will try to push through as well here with the aftershock. Winsome actually will just peek the window and find 3 dome them all one at a time. It's all up to Ohai with the Sheriff. He will open things up with the frag, but the spike is a long ways away from your pocket, my friend, and Josh will clean things up, giving Prospects the round advantage, 9-8.
Not only that, they're going in with a Sova, Cypher, and Brim ult. The perfect combination of things to win each round as they try to go for the plant.
This goes here, that goes there.
On the other team, they're fully stacked. So, they can easily return fire with their own Brim ult of their own. But it's a little bit stronger because once the plant is going down, you drop the Hellfire, and that's pretty much it for the plant if you can't get out of there in time. You have Winsome taking out the camera early, looking for that Cypher, just trying to peek forward and see if maybe he's going to play a little aggressive or high, peeking forward onto mid. And the attacking team is playing very, very conservatively. Budge finds the curious Cypher as well. He just wanted to eliminate everybody with name Winsome as he catches 2. Frisco going down as well. Not going to see any clutches there. Brim is the last one left on the defense as they're going to be looking for a C plant here. But they're going to only get the plant really for the money, I think.
I mean, at this point, any credits are good credits. We're in the second half. Both teams are at 9-9. 3 away, each of them from match point. Just when we thought Prospects was in the driver's seat, same lull, grab onto the wheel and try to have their hand at driving and steering the ship. But we'll see how they continue this momentum. We'll see if Prospects are able to answer back with a round of their own. It's been 2-2, and then same lull has won that last round. But really, it's just Buds with the operator that was able to get 2 quick kills to start us off in that last round, and that really is what netted them so much. They were able to go into that C site, but at that point, they didn't even really need to. And for this round, their setup is just gathering information, but maybe gathering a little too much information as Josh will find a frag onto Ohai, a pretty crucial member, might I add, for the remainder of this match. But we'll see how Samelo are able to bounce back.
Yeah, something to note too here, and as I've been watching, these two teams both, for the most part, I believe, come from CSGO. You have Frisco and Buds on, Sam Law, who come from Overwatch. But, for the most part, they've been very conservative on their utility use, with the exception of course, the breaches. But, for one, not too many ultimates coming out on either side. I think it's been a while since we've seen anything utilized. We see the Sage now, though, going for the res. So that's going to be the first one we've seen in just a little bit. But a lot of this has just been pure gunfights. They've just been playing off of positioning, playing off of whatever information they can gather. And it just might be the that we played. Josh RT,
oh my God,
just talked about this. Sets him up for the flawless. That's a 4K from him with Bixby cleaning up one to the wall himself. Don't talk about that. It's just straight gunplay.
Josh, what a hero, what a champion. This guy is definitely the Chad of the Prospects. He just came in there, gun swinging, locked and loaded, and to be honest, it's also on the other half, same law, maybe a little bit of a sloppy execution, right? They got the res, so okay, that's good. That was a good first part of that round, but then when they started to file all in, they filed in maybe all together, and they should have split things up a little bit. Maybe one should have swung in through B and try to swing around through Link, and maybe one should have gone through Long and go through Dragon. But Josh here now has got himself an operator, and he's looking to continue the damage that he's been putting on for the past several rounds. Same Law still trying to poke and prod their way through. He will find a kill onto Ohai to start us off, and now no res available. It's going to be a tough scenario for Same Law.
Yeah, Prospects putting themselves in such a great place. They still have that Brim ult to stop the plant, but the bomb isn't even in motion right now. It is sitting comfortably at the attacking spawn. That's going to be a clean sweep there from AGM. Manages to find one, but not before falling. But it doesn't even really matter, as there's only 2 people left on the attacking team. Make that one as I'm speaking, and he doesn't even have the spike. as they're going to go ahead and finish that out. 11-9, not a great look here for Same Lol, as they may be knocked down into the lower bracket if they can't find their footing here.
I'd love to take a quick look at the economy just to see where Same Lol is currently at. It'll give me a little bit of a better picture, and they're just all over the place. They've got 3 Vandals, a Bulldog, a Marshall now going to be switched over, and Frisco with the Sheriff. So they've got an assortment of pieces. Maybe not the full picture that they want just yet. Still need to add a little bit of watercolor to make it the beautiful painting that they want. But being in the tough scenario that they are, prospects have more than enough credits to play around with. But we'll see how they work through this round as Same Law playing a little bit more aggressive now. HEM going to be peeking onto that B site. No one around the box, no one around the corner. Ohai as well. Joining him, a couple of those pre-fire shots. Paint shells as well going to come on through. But the smoke and the fault line will stop that push dead in its tracks. And now the rotation is called from prospects. But Same Law still outside the courtyard doors, but here comes the Hunter's Fury. Will he find one? He'll tag, but that last arrow will fly through, not connect with anyone just yet. And still a 5v5 with Same Law trying to break open on the map.
Yeah, that's the dangerous thing about a B push, is that once you do that, you're setting them up to be ready for any other rotation. Whereas if you pull an A push and they pull a little bit heavier on the A side, you can rotate to C, and by the time they get to C, you can set up a decent defense, as I say it, but it's connected with, and that's 2 stops Raze just as she's getting ready to ult. Stun comes out, but it's not going to be enough. Duck here, pushing forward, trying to go, I believe, to B for a plant. Taking a quick pot shot into A, and here comes the Hellfire, and that's a flawless. The Hellfire just securing and ensuring that there was going to be no plants. They still have 2 ults going into this final round here, so Same Law is definitely not in the best place. Their eco isn't looking amazing. They're going to have to pull something sneaky out if they're going to want to win this out. We haven't even seen, I don't think we've seen a spike plant in a couple rounds, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the ball is in prospects court, and they're looking to dunk it like LeBron James. They're just going full nitty-gritty to the wall, trying to get as many frags in style as they possibly can before the end of this half. But now they push aggressively up into B. They may start things off with a frag, and we'll see Ohai will get the kill onto Church, and now the rotation will be called. They will plant the spike in a 4v5. But still, it's match point here for prospects. If they lose this round, they'll find themselves in a scenario where they've got a little bit of a buffer. Winston will open things up, take out Ohai. Now the swing around the corner, looking behind Gong. He will find one, and they will just pick them apart one at a time. Frisco will be the saving grace. He will find a kill, but it's Josh RT with shot after shot on the op, and prospects will move on as Same Law are knocked down to the lower bracket.
Fantastic play from both teams here, but it was prospects who ultimately came back, as you know, we kind of predicted earlier that they would be the favorite coming into this match. But Same Law, they came out swinging. They were ready for it. So we'll see them in what I believe to be the lower bracket finals. Update here that Rolled did manage to make their way through, so it's going to be a Code 7 versus Rolled at ABC. Came out like 1, 2, 3, didn't find themselves in too much crossfire as they defeat Crossfire, and it's time for the big frames. They're going to be going up against big frames in the next match. Going to be waiting to see which one we will be covering next. Just looking at the scoreboard here, just you know, for one, their econ ratings, you know, just yeah. I mean, Josh RT, very conservative there. And for those who don't know about what the econ rating is, I believe it's how much damage you do per credit spent. So if you would do 200 damage off of 1,000 credits spent, you have 100% econ rating, which, you know, is great. So that's actually something I just recently learned. So, you know, things like saving your gun from the last round, picking up a gun in the previous round will do great things for your econ rating and overall go into your combat score. But we saw, you know, some really great conservative play from prospects, and they came back and they held themselves the big buffer to finish out that final map. But Same Law did give them a little bit of struggle there in the beginning. It was kind of neck and neck for the most part throughout the entirety of the match.
I definitely don't think they're out. I think we may see them come back, climb their way through the bracket. There's still a lot of big competition remaining. Big Frames and ABC, two really good teams. Whoever comes out on top is going to give same level run for their money for sure. But still, Code 7 as well on the board here. They have a strong roster for themselves as well. They've got three of the members have the highest econ rating yesterday in the qualifiers. That's a team that likes to save, likes to play smart, and likes to play the strategy as opposed to maybe the gunfights. But we'll see who comes out on top. As like you said, we are still waiting to see what game we will cover. But a lot of competition still remaining for prospects to deal with. But we'll see at the end of the day who makes it down through the bracket.
Yeah, for those who also want to interested in the rosters that are playing, so on the side of Code 7, you have Kaplan, Torque, Rob Wiz, Nicholas, and Foe. Foe, one of the names that I'm a little bit more familiar with on the side of Rolled, Poly, Inertia, Biot, Trolls, and Evolution. Inertia also on that squad. A little bit of a name there. Both of those players that I've mentioned, I believe, come from the CS scene, but me being a little bit newer into that area there, couldn't really tell you much about their history, but I'm sure people who are watching have seen them compete before. I know I've seen them make their way through our Valorant tournaments as of recently. Big Frames, though, Big Frames versus ABC, both these teams in all of our recent Valorant tournaments have blown through the tournaments with Nerfed as the leader here with Loner, Welshie, Azure, Lulu. I know I said that right, but I said that wrong. Devin T. Connors on the side of ABC. Familiar with Lex? They got Lex, Dawn, Gangsta, Sam, who is actually, for those who don't know, he was the second in the Fortnite World Cup. And then Ange is the team captain.
Wow. It's a pretty star-studded roster there. I think I actually casted Sam in the ESPN Esports Valorant Invitational, and he performed out of his mind. I think he will be one of the players to watch, probably the biggest Fortnite players to watch coming out when the closed beta finally comes to a close and the actual Valorant game will be released and teams will start to feel a little bit more confident in investing in teams. I think Sam will be probably a core player that a team will be built around. So anyone playing with him right now is actually just, in a way, being scouted. So whoever plays with Sam right now is actually trying out for Sam's team down the road. We'll see who he ends up playing with, but that's a really, really strong roster coming out for that team.
Yeah, I mean, I believe yesterday he actually played in the Toronto tournament, if I'm not mistaken. If
Sam,
not, he played. No, it wasn't Sam.
No.
Still trying to track down. There's all different types of Valorant tournaments going on right now. It's going to lead me into my next plug, which is our Valorant tournaments, which we host every Friday, Saturday, and Monday. $1,000 on Friday and Monday, and on Saturday. Cool $2,500 tournament, just like you saw here next week. Though, a little bit of a mix-up as we switch our $2,500 tournament over to the Sunday as we host the CSGO tournament on that Saturday. So for anybody here who just likes to click heads in general, we got something for you with all of our competitive tournaments. Head over to nerdstreetgamers.com to learn a little bit more about the nerds like me. I'm the guy who does the tweets. So we're going to plug the merch. You're going to want to look like a nerd. Check out the merch with our awesome Nerd Block logo. Got some nice comfy hoodies. I don't have one within my general vicinity right here, but I do have one of the soft t-shirts. T-shirts are the softest thing I think I have ever worn. So if you're looking for your next t-shirt to work out in or win your next competition, I'm just saying I have heard rumors that the nerd merch does. Well, I haven't heard any rumors about the nerd merch doing anything for your score, but you'll look good winning. And that's all I have to say about that. Use code VALORANT for 10% off of that sick Nerd Street merch. And then finally, a plug to the people who make this happen. Shout out to T1, who we are working with to set up the $25,000 invitational tournament. Been awesome working with those partners over there. And to Mike and Ike, the delicious candy that powers our online tournaments. If you have a chance to go stock up on some Mike and Ike, I recommend it. Personally, I am a tropical mix kind of guy. I love, it takes me to a place isn't being stuck in my bedroom in quarantine. So go ahead and stay with that tropical, or the sour's pretty good too. But thank you to Mike and Ike, the official sponsors of the NSG online circuit and the presenting sponsor for the $25,000 T1 X NSG Valorant Invitational on Monday. Them handing me all the money for all those plugs, But
You know,
I believe we are.
I'm actually going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I don't think we've got Mike and Ike's in Canada. I don't think we have any. I'm going to have to double check next time I'm at the convenience store. We got Skittles, obviously, but it ain't no Mike and Ike's. It ain't no Mike and Ike's. Let me tell you.
Ooh, well, we're gonna have to do something about that. we'll have to send some up your way, but they're delicious little candy. The company also makes some other hot tamales. They make Peeps. The food that everybody loves to argue about, whether or not they love it or they hate it. More people love it though. I love it. I like to let them sit for a day or two. Let them get to that nice little crunch. Great Easter candy. We stocked up so much on Peeps. But Mike and Ike is the presenting sponsor, though, so we'll push a little bit more towards the Mike and Ike there. But much love to all of the Just Born candies that they got going their way. But still waiting on that final match to finish up and see where we're going to go into the bracket. Code 7 and Big Frames both are just waiting for their opponents right now. I believe in the lower bracket, or I might have clicked onto the older bracket, actually. But, yeah, some great play we've seen here. Yeah, we're gonna cut it to a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned as we go into the next match.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
Oh my god. Mike?
Oh my god, Ike? Dude, I haven't seen you since Chief destroyed the ring. I thought I lost you.
The Covenant's gone for now. Let's head back to base. We've got a lot to catch up on.
Alright, let's do this.
Oh, baby. Contrast stitching. Curves that'll hug your body. Adjustable arms. Custom embroidery. Memory foam pillows. Changeable color inserts. Lay flat, recline. Removable logos. Soft, durable material. Yeah. You like what you see, baby? Zip Jam.